Hello, it's 2023. I can't believe how many years have gone by since the turn of the century, but they have. So as a new year starts, I'm ready to give you my first weigh-in for the year. It's not as good as I had hoped that it would be, but it's still what it is, because it's not going to change just because I want it to be a little bit better than that. I've got 3 weeks worth of weights here that I'm going to share with you, so I've got to look at some notes. Please be aware if I look away from the camera that that's what I'm doing anyway. My goal was to have a little bit of a cushion before Christmas started, and I had a little bit of one, but it was not enough to keep me in the range that I wanted to be in. So let's get started on what my weigh-ins have been these last 3 Thursdays. On December the 22nd, I weighed in at 121.2. So that's what I weighed before I started the Christmas holidays. I had hoped to be around 120, but that's not what I was. I was 121.2. Last Thursday, on December the 29th, when I weighed in, I had gained 1.4 pounds and weighed 122.6. That was not that bad, considering that Christmas Eve and a family get-together on the 22nd had occurred, and I had really sort of gone off the rails, as I explained last week in my video, but it was still a gain, and that's what I was expecting. It wasn't as much as I was expecting, so I had to be happy with it. Well, this week, I'll start off saying what I weighed Monday. I hate to even say what I weighed Monday, but I was still within my happy weight. I will say that much. But I got on the scale Monday after a New Year's Eve party and New Year's Day, and I weighed 125 pounds even. Now that is the very tip top of my happy weight. It still is, but it's the very tip top of it. So I knew I had to be diligent and not let me get over that weight. I was concerned that I would weigh in today and be over 125. But because of the accountability, I guess that's the best way to put it, that I have toward y'all, I buckled down just a little bit, not as much as I wished I had, but I did buckle down a little bit. And when I weighed in this morning, I weighed 124 pounds even. That means since Monday I had lost a pound, but since last Thursday I had gained another 1.4 pounds. So for the holidays, my total weight gain was 2.8 pounds. It could have been a whole lot worse than that. It does give me motivation, though, to get it off, because I'm not able to put down in my description today that I have lost more than 90 pounds. Because at 124 pounds, I've only lost 89 pounds. And that's what I'm going to put in today's description. I started to put, I've lost more than 85 pounds, but I can say 89. So that's what I'm going to put down in that description today. My work is cut out for me these next few weeks because I really want to get back down into the 121 to 122 range so that I can keep that more than 90 pounds lost down in my description. I hope that you'll stay with me and see how I do these next few weeks, because next Monday on January the 9th, I will celebrate 9 years on Weight Watchers, and I really wanted to be able to put that I had lost more than 90 pounds on that anniversary. But if I don't, it's okay. I know I'm going to be close to it, And I'm not going to split hairs because it's so close. I know I'll get back to it. And I want to know how you did during the holidays too. So please leave comments on how your holidays went. I hope that you were sort of like me, that if you gained weight, it wasn't a lot. It was a manageable amount of weight. But I really want to know if you were able to lose weight during the holidays and what your motivation was to be able to do it. Because I have a pretty big motivation between now and Monday, but that doesn't give me enough time to really do what I want to do. I want to go on to my second part of this video, and it's about the words that I chose for this year, 2023. As most of you know, starting after Thanksgiving, I began to contemplate and pray and try to figure out what my words are going to be for the next year. And this year was no different. After Thanksgiving, I began to think about it and ask God what His will was for me. And the initial word that I was being led to, I turned away from it. I didn't want to face it. And I'm hoping that I'll never have to share it with y'all. If that's what I should have done, I'll share it with you. You know me, I always tell you like it is. But for me, I came up with not just one word for this year. I came up with two, which I've done in the past. This is not the first year that I've picked two words, but I needed two words to fulfill what I hope I'll be able to do in the year 2023. These last 3 years, I have found myself becoming more and more and more secluded from life and less outgoing. I mean, I know that y'all see a completely different persona of me because you're watching me on YouTube, but I stay at home an awful lot. You know, we were persuaded for quite a while to stay at home. And so that's what I did. I'm trying to get out more, and I do get out more than I used to, but I am determined to succeed in this part of not just my Weight Watcher life or my YouTube life, but my whole life, my every aspect of my life. And so the first word that I picked was faithful. I am going to be faithful to what I have planned for this year. I plan on being faithful to the relationships that I have on this earth. And those relationships include my family, my friends, my church life, and you and my YouTube channel. I'm going to be faithful to those, and I'm going to be more and more outgoing. Now, that's not my other word. I guess it could have been, but my other word is going to be willingness. I am going to be willing to do what it takes to get my life back together, to be more out there, as it were, and to be more faithful to the people that I need to be faithful to the aspects of my life. You know, over these last 3 years, when we were convinced that we need to stay home, it was not just stay home from going to the grocery store or stay home from being around people that you didn't need to be around. It also involved, as most of you know, children had to stay home from school. That's where the virtual schooling started, or where it has developed from anyway. And not only that, but people were highly recommended to stay home from their worship services. And so our church, and I don't think we're the only one, but our church has struggled to have many people attending worship. And so that's one of my big goals for this year, is to be faithful not only to my church and my church family, but to a mission that I have. And my mission is to share God's love with as many people as I can, including all of you, but also locally, to where people will feel a want to come back and be in church, that people will want to reconnect with humans. I know a lot of times that's been hard for me. It's very easy for me to connect via YouTube, but not very easy to connect from one person to another. And that's my goal for the year. My goal is to reach out to my children more, my grandchildren, my sister, my precious husband, and hopefully by the end of this year, I will have reached out and been successful in every part of my life. And that means being faithful to the weight loss program that I'm on too. You know, during these last 3 weeks, I have found out that if I'm not faithful and I'm not willing to do what I need to do, I'll gain that weight back. And so I am really going to try a lot harder to be faithful to the Weight Watcher program. I hope you will join me in this endeavor and that you will find success throughout the year of 2023. It's not going to be an easy road all the time. But if we work together, if we connect with each other, I know we won't connect physically, but we can connect spiritually, we can connect emotionally, we can connect in several different ways, even though it won't be physically. And I am going to give you this challenge for you to do that too, for you to be willing to get out and be a part of life again, that you will be willing to not only be successful in however much weight you're going to lose, but be successful of connecting with those that maybe you've lost that connection with over these last 3 years. I know that's what I'm going to try to do. And I want to know, like I said last week, what your word is and why you picked it. I had a good friend told me her word for the year. She's always wonderful to comment, and I appreciate that comment. And it was a good one. I used it a few years ago, but I want to know the rest of y'all's word, because I do feel like it's important for each of us to have some kind of word to live by for the year. I don't believe in making resolutions. Years ago, I decided that was not a good thing to do, but a word to live by is always a wonderful thing to do. So as the week progresses, I hope you have figured out your word. I do want you to be thinking of me this weekend so that I can be successful and be down just a little bit by Monday, because I don't know for sure that I will make a video on Monday, but I will mark the day. I will possibly have a picture taken on that day. That's what I normally do. And so be thinking of me on Monday. Well, be thinking of me this whole weekend, because I sure hope that I do okay with it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to find out how I'm going to do this year, if nothing else. Press that notification bell so that you'll get all my videos, and comment below and share this if you think anyone else would benefit from it. Until next time, goodbye.